I have a question. It
Yes.
is about the conjunction, the Waito. And
Waito.
the other one is called, how do you pronounce?
Workatao.
Wakatao.
Yep.
What is the emphasis? Why is the emphasis is always on Waito? I think I missed this out. Maybe you explained before.
Okay, so a Waito is generally what do you call it? It's a narrative marker in the sense that, so when I have a Waito, it's usually found in a narrative, and it's usually something that moves the narrative along. So and it was a dark and stormy night is the ver he, right? And then it carries on with and then this and then that and then that and then that. So the Waitos move the story along. Every time you have a Waito, it's always like it's like a clip. Okay, it's like a paper clip. So you see what it clips together. So you just jump from one paper clip to the other paper clip, and that brings you through the story. Because they're all verbs as well, they usually tend to move it quite nicely along. So the whatever follows the Waito, usually it's just a descriptive. Sometimes it's not. So when a Waito, and in the middle of the Waito, you suddenly end up with a Katao verb. Katao verb then gives the idea of a past tense. Waito also gives a past tense, but when a Katao happens suddenly in sequence instead of a Waito, that means I have a Waito, Katao, Waito, then the Katao that it has already happened is emphatic.
So yes, so because our passage has a few Waito and also a Katao, right?
That's right. And why the Kataos?
The N in between.
No, what are the words that are Katao?
Oh, I get the wrong.
Okay, so the words that are Katao, right, is I have given to you, which I have given to you. Right, verse 12. 35 verse 12, right? Okay, first the word of command, don't say I mean, be fruitful and multiply, that one is fine.
Yeah.
But be fruitful and multiply in a sense, where else have you heard this?
Genesis.
That's right, Adam and Eve, right?
In beginning.
So in a sense that when God gives you a new command, right, be fruitful and multiply, it is to Adam and Eve to populate the earth, and in this case now, it is now you being my people, you also now populate the earth, but now instead of populating the earth with sinful Adam and Eve, you're populating the earth with faithful persons who follow after me, in a sense. So that's the idea, okay? It's like a new beginnings in a sense. But the word that is actually quite emphatic there is the word give, right? I give to you, right? Which I also give to Abraham, and I give to Isaac, right? Which I have already given. So it is a past tense there that I have already given, and because I already given, it becomes that because I've already given and I'm faithful to them now, therefore I will also continue to give. So it's the faithfulness of God. So the word I've given is highlighting the faithfulness of God up to now and pointing to the future faithfulness of God of his blessing onto Jacob or Israel in this case for his future. So there's an emphatic there is in verse 12, which is also central there. Yeah.
So when you say the Waito is very specific, is for verbal communication.
It's for narrative.
Narrative.
Yeah, narratives.
Oh, not all Y consecutive is narrative. Only that Waito.
Yeah, that's right. Only the va, the va or the ver with the three dots are sego va or ver with the imperfect. It must be a va with the imperfect. Wa yito.
On the chart lah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So as long as it's a va with the imperfect, it is. But if it's a ver with the imperfect, it means the two dots. If you have a Shiva there, then it's not. Shiva or a Shuret or whatever, then it's not. Yeah.
Okay. I get it.
Thank you. Then the prophetic is the other way around. So the word kataos are used for prophetic, the prophetic perfect. Okay, so the narratives are the Y yiktos. The ver katal, that means a ver with a shiva and a katal, the perfect, not imperfect, perfect. So a ver with a perfect is used for prophetic. So it's called the prophetic perfect. Prophetic perfect is already a past tense, but it hasn't happened yet. So it's actually a future tense. So that's the prophetic perfect. So all the prophets, when they are talking about something in the future, it's always a ver kata, not a Y yikto.
This is written somewhere, is it?
It's in your books. It's in your book.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all
Cannot remember so much.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, good. Any other Hebraic questions or how to move on from here and things like that? So cute, Jasmine. What happened? You turn off your lights? Come on.
No, it's automatic.
Huh?
It's automatic.
I see. Okay.
They cannot sense her presence.
Yeah, if I don't
Oh. I thought Chi Gui coming in a few days' time, so I thought,
Hi. Yo, 讲这个东西。
So I always joking about Chi Gui because dental, right? A lot of funny things happen in my dental clinic. So I always say, hey, Chi Gui, what's wrong with you?
Okay.
Okay, so
are we coming back for the next passage?
next week I definitely cannot. Next week I got a meeting. And really, I got a meeting at Pastor Jeremy's house. So I definitely will not be here next week. It's just that after that, I'm not sure. Yeah. So far, if you see your book, the first few chapters, right, are all working with Genesis, which are all narrative passages. So for now to the rest of Genesis, your Waito should be quite happy. Okay. When it comes to the prophetic, then basically all hell breaks loose. So the prophetic passages are a bit more difficult, and the sound passages and all that are a bit more difficult. So while you're going through Genesis, you should be able to carry on the same principles as what we did all the way to now. You should be able to get through your Genesis passages quite well. Hang on, let me get my... Sorry?
This book is not used for exegesis, right? It's actually used for passing, huh?
Yeah, okay, hold on for a while. Let me get the book. Hold on. Okay, so hello. Can you hear me? Yeah, so this book, because it's by Van Pelt, right? By Van Pelt, while it is not supposed to be used for exegesis per se, most of the passages are good enough to be able to are solid enough to be able to have an exegetical point to it. That's why they were chosen. So you see that, like, say for example, the burning bush, I'm the Lord, kind of thing. The Lord proclaims His name. I'm Yahweh. Aaron's blessing, the Shema, and all that. So the first 13 of the law, it should be very familiar to you, and each of them are actually very important passages. So even if you do nothing but just to contemplate these passages, right, and to get something new from it, it's already quite good. The idea is that you should be able to read the English, and when you read the English and you read the Hebrew should be able to draw attention to things that are not written in the English. That's the idea. And the moment you can start to recognize that fact, then you will be more encouraged to study Hebrew. Like say for example, like today, like you see the word, a lot of the your name, and yet we know from verse 15 that the word place is also the word name, right? That place there, right? Both are Shem as well. So it's always a repetitive words, but in English you will not get that, because English is the word name, and then place. There's nothing similar at all. But in the Hebrew, right, it's emphatic. There is Shemka, and then Shem, right? So it's that's the idea lah. Then even like the three things, the like what Li-Ling said just now, right? The Yasef, Yasek, and the Yasok. So it's always some assonance and all that. So the assonance, the similarities, the parallelism that you can get with your diagramming, these are the things that you should be drawing out that the simple English will not afford you at all because of the translation and things like that. So that's the law for you. So the verse 13, you should be able to keep getting information like this all the way. The prophets one, it's slightly wonkier. The reason is this, is twofold. One, of course, because prophets basically use the versatile. But number two, the prophets and the writings were written at a later stage. So Genesis was written by Moses, and the vocabulary and the writing style that were quite similar to a singular author. Whereas like Joshua, Samuel, Kings, Ezekiel and all that, written by different people through 1,000 years of change of language. So sometimes that one will cause you to be slightly more difficult lah in the explanation of that. Okay, so do I make sense to you? You understand? Can wait, let me battery died. Okay, sorry. Okay.
The place, the Shem that you said, right? Verse 15 is the Sham Elohim Bethel, that one. Okay.
That's right. So it's the verse 15, right? It goes Vayikra, Yaakov, at Shem, Hamakom, right? And he called Jacob called upon the Lord there, right? Asher, Deber, okay, which was said to him, Sham, Elohim, Bet El, right? Bethel. So he called, Jacob called there. He called there, right? Shem Makom, there in that place, right? Where these things were said to him, or these things occurred, right? To him, there, he called God, he called upon God, and then he called the place Bethel. So it's a bit roundabout, but when you read it, it's like, why is it so roundabout? Because the idea is that God is very interested in real estate. Okay, real estate. The place in which he calls is actually very important. And Bethel, in this case, one of those highlighted points that Bethel is important. So we know that Bethel, Gilgal, Shiloh were places that we put the tabernacle and things like that. So real estate is actually very important to God. And you will see this, the place, Shem and Sham Makom, you will see it again and again, especially when it comes to Moriah, where Abraham sacrificed Isaac. You see it again and again when the place of the temple, it is always, I will meet you there, the place that I have chosen, the place that I have chosen, which is why real estate is so important. And that's why even in the three festive, the 7 feasts of the Lord, but the 3 times all Jerusalem, all males in Jerusalem must go to Jerusalem. All males in Judaism must go to Jerusalem 3 times a year. The Passover, the Pentecost, as well as the Feast of Booths, the Feast of Tabernacles. And that's why, remember in the Pentecost, they said they were all gathered in one place, right? And then the Holy Spirit came. Where is that place? Everyone thinks it's the upper room. It's not the upper room. It is, they were all gathered at one place on the day of Pentecost. There's only one place that males in Judaistic males will be gathered at one place at Pentecost, and that's the temple. It's not the upper room. The upper room was where they went to after the ascension, because it's 1 Sabbath journey away from the Mount of Olives, and they couldn't walk more than 1 Sabbath journey. After that, 10 days they prayed. When they were all gathered at one place, they were at Solomon's portico in the temple. And that's where the Holy Spirit came. And when the Holy Spirit came, therefore, all Jews at that point in time heard the gospel in their language. So basically, God witnessed to the entire witness of all the Jews that were present in Jerusalem, which is everybody. So you cannot say that some Jews didn't hear the message. Everyone heard, all 70 languages. They all heard the gospel. It was appreciated, all of them. Some responded, some didn't. Get it? It's quite interesting because God's very interested in real estate.
Okay.
I'm sure you didn't ask for that, but never mind. Anyway. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, good. Any other questions? I see Esther's forehead. No, anyway, just kidding.
Oh, yeah, I bring down my chair.
Oh, I see. Okay, so most of these passages actually is quite interesting. Like actually, I went through. I think I did the first 13 already. Did I? I can't remember. Let me check. Oh, I did up to Leviticus, Exodus. Oh, I did quite a number. Yeah, I think I did up to the whole of the first 15. Exodus. Oh no lah, I bluff you. Okay, Leviticus, Numbers. I didn't do the Deuteronomy one because the Shema you already did already, so I didn't do the Deuteronomy. The Aaron's blessing and the Shema I didn't do. Yeah, and then the 12 and 13 I didn't do. But I think the rest quite clear cut. You should be able to try it out yourself and see what happens. Oh? Are you more confident with Hebrew now? Hopefully a bit better.
A little bit.
A little bit lah.
I need to keep up.
Yeah, so it just takes a lot of practice and just keep going at it. The unfortunate thing is next year when we do New Testament, then it's a bit off. And then this year, the rest of Isaiah, why I didn't use Isaiah instead, because it's Isaiah 40 to 66 is very repetitive. It just says the same message over and over and over and over again. After the second or third time, you'll be very, very bored because they basically say the same thing over and over again. So I thought this passage in this book was a bit better, where it's a bit more variety. You get a bit more a range of what God is speaking to, and you're learning Hebrew as well. So I thought that was a quite an interesting thing. Okay. So actually, what can happen is, if like say for example, if I can't make it or whatever, one of you can actually host. You just start the meeting and then tell everyone else the meeting room number, and then go through and then just share the video with everyone. It's quite fun. Yeah. Okay. The idea, of course, is to form community, because if there's no community, you will not keep using it, and that's the big problem. So hopefully you can among yourself just share and have community, and then just put it up on your YouTube channel and then share it everyone, and that'll be quite fun as well. Okay. Yep. Okay. Any other questions, thoughts, comments? No?
I think it would probably be good to just let the rest know what's happening going forward. So let's say if we're going to do let's say every week we post our diagram, then we'll let them know.
Yeah. I'll try to get it onto the group once I put away my groceries. Yeah, I gotta figure out a way to put all these things. I think there's no more place in my fridge. Yeah. Okay, so I think I'll just message them and just tell them what's happening. Then you guys keep up community, and then depending on what happens after next week's meeting with the Israeli guys, then I will see what happens.
Israeli guys.
Oh yeah, because so Pastor Jeremy, Pastor Sebastian, Xiang
They are not Israeli guys, right?
When they're going to Israel,
really
So yeah, so we see how it goes. Sorry?
Are you going with Pastor Seth?
Yep. So it's 3 buses, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So each of us are taking one bus each. So I'm trying to coerce them to have a morning devotion and an evening vesper. But I guess if I open my big mouth, then I'll be the one leading it, I'm guessing.
You confirm kena the arrow.
Yeah, that's right. Anyway.
Hearing himself.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if they don't have a space, what's going to happen is that I'll actually do a devotion in the bus, just for my bus alone, without the other 2 buses. Yeah, because then we can do it en route, that kind of thing. Because I felt the last time when we first went with them, because of the lack of the morning worship and the evening devotion, it doesn't give a very nice journey to it. Yeah, I think you need an opening where you actually start the day with God and then you end it with a reflection and overall picture of where everything is. That would be a bit more fruitful.
Yeah, we had that last December.
Or last year, huh?
Pastor Mac, the morning devotion.
Yeah. So ours when we went don't have.
How come Pastor Seth is not coordinating?
he's coordinating, but he doesn't lead the morning devotion.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sometimes because there's no space. So like when we went a few years ago, I had to only do it for my group. There's 6 of us, kind, you know. Yeah, but then this time around, then say, oh, okay, we do it for the whole bus. Okay, quite fine. We'll see what happens. A bit more preparation. Anyway,
Exciting.
yeah, you guys
Yeah.
can go too, you know. No, are you guys going? No.
Before.
Oh, go
Quite
again.
expensive, right?
Yeah, I can go again.
Yeah, every few years, you know. Just remind yourself because now the pilgrim road is open this year. So you know the Song of Ascents, the I was glad when they said to me, come to the house of the Lord, you know, standing here in your gates. Okay, so the Song of Ascents, Psalms 120 all the way to Psalm 134, they were singing as they go up the pilgrim road. That pilgrim road is now open. It's from the pool of Siloam, which is at the bottom, all the way up to the temple. That road where people walk up and they sing that exact song, the Psalms 120 all the way to Psalms 134, is as they walk on the road. It's now open to the public. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So I was thinking of getting them to sing the English version of it. Of course, I was glad when they said to me, come down.
Sounds fun. Have fun.
Anyway. Okay, good. So we will see you when we see you, okay, Ken?
Yeah. All right. Thank
Enjoy
you. Thank you
yourselves.
very much.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye.